The best football stars all have been discovered at a very young age. Players like Messi, Neymar, Cristiano and Van Dijk all made their first team appearances when they were teenagers, and now they're amongst the best players in the world. On the other hand, some teenage prospects didn't reach their full potential and ended up being a huge flop. Hopefully, the following players will have better luck. Welcome to Top 5 Football, and these are the top 10 under 17 players in the world right now. Number 10. Jude Bellingham. Taunted as one of the top 16-year-olds in Europe, the current Birmingham central midfielder has every scout looking after him this season. Starting at Birmingham at just an under 8 level, he quickly worked his way up the professional team and made his debut for the under 23s at just 15 years old. And in August 2019, Bellingham became Birmingham City's youngest ever first team player at the age of just 16 years, 38 days, beating the record of 16 years and 139 days set by Trevor Francis in 1970. Starting as a left wing, Bellingham quickly adopted a central midfielder role, as according to head coach Pep Clotet, Bellingham himself feels more comfortable in midfield and more comfortable when he can get closer to the opposition box. He has already made over 35 appearances for the club, scored 4 and assisted 3, earning him an EFL Young Player of the Month award back in November, which tipped numerous clubs to sign him. It was reported that Birmingham turned down a £20 million bid from Manchester United on deadline day in January, and numerous rumors suggest that Bellingham already started agreeing a move to German giants Borussia Dortmund. Number 9. Giovanni Reyna. Son of former Manchester City player Claudio Reyna and United States women national team player Danielle Egan, it was inevitable that Giovanni Reyna's future was football. Reyna joined the academy team for his hometown club New York City FC back in 2015. He played with the City FC academy teams until 2019, when he moved to Germany to join Borussia Dortmund's under-19 team. But after just a couple of months impressing in the under-19 Champions League, he earned a move to the professional team in January 2020. He made his official Bundesliga debut a few days later in a win against Augsburg, making him the youngest American ever to play in the Bundesliga, breaking the record of his national comrade Christian Pulisic. After impressing in the United States youth team and Borussia Dortmund, he attracted interest from Portuguese, English and Argentine national teams, all of whom he is eligible to play with. But all speculation was put to rest in March, when Sports Illustrated quoted him saying, "I am aware of the rumors, but it's quite clear for me. I only want to play for the United States, that's my home country." Number 8. Fabio Silva. Another player with football running through his family is Fabio Silva. His father is Jorge Silva, former Portuguese player, and his brother, also Jorge, plays for Lazio. And just like his older brother, Fabio emerged from Porto's youth divisions. After climbing through the ranks, the striker got promoted to the under-19 UEFA youth team at just 16 years old. During that campaign, he scored 5 goals and helped his team win the cup in an intense final against Chelsea. After that impressive campaign, he was quickly promoted to the senior team, and it didn't take long before he started breaking records. He broke the record for the youngest ever scorer for Porto, the youngest scorer in the league, the youngest starter for Porto, and the youngest debutant in a UEFA competition when he played in a group stage match in the Europa League. After all of this, you'd think he would get rewarded, right? Well, he did, when in November Porto extended his contract 3 more years and added a buyout clause of 125 million euros, making him the most expensive clause for a Portuguese player ever. Number 7. Karamoko Dembele. Another player that made headlines for his very young age is Dembele. The English-Scottish winger got everyone looking at him when he featured in Celtic's under-20 team at the mere age of 13 years old back in 2016. He was playing with players up to 7 age groups of difference above him. And soon after his appointment as head coach, Brendan Rodgers invited the young player for a couple of training sessions with the senior team. He has featured for both England and Scottish youth national teams, both of which are fighting for the player to play in their professional level. And on December 2018, Dembele signed his first professional contract at 15 years old with Celtic. set to keep him at the club until 2021. He continued to feature in Celtic's reserve team, and in May 2019, he finally made his professional debut against Hearts in a 2-1 win. After the match, he received a lot of praise from his manager, but in all fairness, he did play an amazing couple of minutes. Number 6. Youssoufa Moukoko. The only 15-year-old in our list is the Cameroon-born striker. He made world headlines when it was announced that a 12-year-old had been playing for the Borussia Dortmund's under-17 team. A lot of speculation has gone around about his age, but his father confirmed his actual age with legal documents. He's a natural-born striker, so far scoring 38 goals and giving 10 assists in just 20 matches in the current season. He also broke the UEFA's youth record when he scored against Inter at just 14 years of age, making him the youngest ever scorer. After so many impressive performances, Nike decided to come by and sign the promising star for a deal that was potentially worth about 10 million euros, making him a millionaire at the age when most kids are just getting their head around algebra. At just 15, he has already been called up to Germany's under-19 national team, which would make him eligible for Borussia Dortmund to promote him to the senior team, despite Bundesliga regulations. Current manager Lucien Favre has said that they are in no rush of promoting Moukoko to the professional team, given that he's still so young. But he has said that after the pandemic he could start training with first team. Also, if you want to know which players have recovered from the coronavirus, go check out our video. Anyways, according to transfermarket.com, Moukoko has scored an astonishing 128 goals in just 84 appearances since he joined Borussia Dortmund back in 2016. Hopefully we can see the young player in the big screens very soon. Number 5. Sebastiano Esposito. Born in 2002 into a generation's family of football, Esposito's grandfather, uncle and father all played professional football. He played for Brescia's youth teams before making a move with his older brother Salvatore to Inter in 2013. After playing for the under-16s, under-17s and under-19s Primavera teams, at a very young age he caught the attention of former manager Luciano Spalletti. And in March 2019, he handed Esposito his first professional debut in an Europa League match, making him the youngest player ever to feature in an European competition match for the club. The following season he would go on to making his Champions League and Serie A debuts, alongside with him scoring his first goal at the age of 17 from a penalty kick. Esposito's contract expires in 2021, and rumors circulating that his contract might not be renewed got the attention of Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool. Number 4. Harvey Elliot. Having both a UEFA Super Cup and a FIFA World Cup medal at just 16 years old might come in with a lot of pressure, but not for Liverpool's wonderkid Harvey Elliot. Becoming the youngest player ever to feature in an EFL Cup game and the youngest player ever to play in the Premier League while playing for Fulham caught the attention of many clubs including Real Madrid, PSG and Manchester City. It was Liverpool, however, that convinced the young prodigy to join their powerful side. It was also revealed that being a Liverpool fan, Elliot rejected Real Madrid and even rejected the opportunity to meet Sergio Ramos because of what he did to Mo Salah in the 2018 Champions League final. He also helped the under-17 national team of England win the Syrenka Cup in 2019. Number 3. Xavi Simons. Probably one of the most promising stars in world football is Xavi Simons, the Dutch ex-Barca player who now enjoys his footballing career over at PSG. His father named him after Barcelona legends Xavi Hernandez, and just like him, he joined La Masia in 2010, aged just 7, and quickly became one of La Masia's most promising talents. Being the captain of every youth team he has played for at Barca, everyone thought his destiny would be playing at Camp Nou. However, in July 2019, Simons made a controversial move to PSG, after failing to agree a new contract with Barcelona. Simons' agent is world-known Mino Raiola, who also manages the likes of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Paul Pogba, Erling Haaland and more. And according to several media reports, Xavi Simons' new contract with PSG is making him around 1 million euros per year, not to mention his sponsorship contract with Nike. Talk about big bucks. Number 2. Ansu Fati. Probably one of the most heard names this season is Ansu Fati. The Barcelona prodigy is only 16 years old and is already marking his name in the club's history books. becoming the club's youngest ever player to play and the youngest player ever to score for Barcelona. That's right, a record not even Lionel Messi or failed football star Bojan have. He has attracted everyone in world football, with his amazing speed, dribbling and ability to score goals. The young left winger was born in Republic of Guinea, but after receiving his Spanish passport, he currently plays for the Spanish under-21 team, despite being so young. In this present season alone, he has played 24 matches and scored 5 goals, which earned him a new big contract for the next 5 years. And with an €100 million release clause to his name, it is well assured that Barcelona want to keep this star, unlike they did with Xavi Simons. And finally, for number 1, is a player that does not receive much media attention, given that he plays for French club Rennes. He is currently 17 years old, but he has earned himself being one of the best defensive midfielders in the French league. Number 1. Eduardo Camavinga. Born in Angola in 2002, Camavinga makes her number 1 in the best under-17 players. He has been part of Rennes' youth divisions since he was 11 years old. And at 16 he signed his first professional contract, making him the youngest professional player at the club, which would eventually earn him the record for the youngest ever player to play for Rennes. Already establishing himself as the core in Rennes midfield, he has played over 40 times for the club, and already won a French Cup, despite being so young. The newspaper Marca made an in-depth analysis of Camavinga, and they said that he was the complete midfielder. Despite being 17 years old, he plays like he has been playing top football for years. With all of this, the likes of PSG, Real Madrid and Manchester United all have been interested in the midfielder. Hopefully he makes the correct choice and doesn't wind up being another failed football star.